Ships are massive superstructures weighing thousands of tons and stretching hundreds of meters long. They convey goods worth billions of dollars, and they last 25 to 30 years on average unless they're unfortunate enough to fall victim to the fury of a storm. From a ship that nearly capsized to another struggling to stay above water, here are 5 heart-stopping times ships were hit by monster waves. Number 5. This video, filmed on November 14th of 2020, shows the rare moment that a cruise ship battled big waves off the coast of France. This part of the ocean is infamous for raging storms during winter. Even though modern ships are designed to be more stable than old wooden sailing ships, this ship is experiencing some seriously intense waves. You can't miss the end of this clip. Modern ships are designed with systems to limit their movement in the water, including roll stabilization and fin stabilizers. Roll stabilization systems use water jets to counteract the ship's rolling motion, while fin stabilizers reduce rolling motion in rough seas. This technology also uses ballast tanks filled with water to give the vessel additional weight. Technology can reduce accidents at sea to the minimum, but even the best designed and most modern ships are still at the mercy of nature. Number 4. Do you remember Flight MH370, the Malaysia Airlines flight that mysteriously vanished in March of 2014? Several British media organizations claimed that this next clip was from a search and rescue mission for that flight, but it was actually filmed much earlier. Instead of looking for survivors of that fateful flight, this chemical tanker battles waves over 10 meters high and hurricane-force winds off the coast of Portugal on January 29th of 2013. The most dangerous ship in a hurricane is an empty one, but this was not the case here. Additional weight helps to stabilize the vessel against the waves, but modern cargo ships are built with sturdy steel. In some cases, though, the constant battering of waves is enough to break even a steel ship apart. When faced with critical situations, sailors are advised to find a safe port or nearby mountain to protect them from the winds. Of course, this is only possible if the ship isn't exposed and vulnerable on the open water. Number 3. If you speak Russian, be warned. This next video contains some colorful language. You know it's a bad situation when the ship's captain starts cursing. And when you see the end of this clip, you'll understand just how the captain felt. This oil tanker was out in a heavy storm on the Baltic Sea in August of 2021. The waves grew so enormous that one shattered a significant part of the ship's bridge. Don't worry, the ship and its crew did make it back to safety eventually.
Блять, действительно повезло, как только это все закончилось хуёво. Ой-ой-ой. Бля, нихуя себе!
Sailing in giant sea swells is a test of seamanship and endurance. Aside from the waves themselves, the crew also faces fatigue, since storms can last a long time. This explains why only the best sailors should be at the helm. These experts consider survival over everything else. Tacking in smooth water reduces the chances of a wave washing across the deck. A quick one for sailors: if the conditions are bad, don't go. If you can avoid the storm, please do so. That way, you and your crew members are safe. Number 2. People have different opinions about luck, but sometimes luck is just believing that you're lucky. The crew of this tanker were some of the luckiest humans in the world on December 19th of 2011, and here's why. This vessel was so close to capsizing, but somehow it avoided that disastrous fate. During a ferocious storm, the Russian oil tanker Sichem Padua reached an astonishing 40-degree incline.
Держись. Это 50 градусов крен.
The ship was tossed around by high waves from both sides, like the sea was determined to pull it into the watery abyss. There's no explanation for this amazing survival story, but we can guess the captain may have trained in one of the world's best maritime colleges. Better still, he had envisioned the disaster and was prepared to weather that storm. Although the vessel made it to port safely, passengers and crew members were visibly traumatized. Number 1. On December 29th of 2016, a crew member filmed a chemical tanker traveling through the Atlantic Ocean under terrible conditions. The storm was so bad, the vessel was forced to reduce its speed to 3 knots, or nautical miles per hour. The standard speed in this area under good conditions is 13 knots. See how fiercely the waves crashed into the vessel, washing over the deck and alarming the sailors filming. There were no casualties since no one was on the deck, and this vessel was luckier than the oil tanker that had its bridge washed out. Even so, waves like this could have easily damaged other parts of the ship. Marine accidents cannot be avoided entirely, but crews of ships can adopt preventative measures to minimize the impact of disasters. Assessing risks with the help of technological tools like radar and GPS goes a long way in averting accidents. See you in the next one.